Welcome back, survivors. Get ready for Doomsday Basic Survival Skills, a beginner's guide. The world is full of uncertainties and preparedness is a necessity. Imagine a world without the convenience of running water, electricity, or the neighborhood grocery store. In such a world, the significance of basic survival skills can't be overstated. Over the span of this video, we'll be discussing key concepts every beginner should be familiar with. We'll guide on how to seek shelter, your first line of defense against the elements, the essential equipment and supplies necessary for survival, and the vital survival skills that can make all the difference in a crisis situation. If you're ready to become a survival expert, stay with us as we dive into the basics. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button if you want more survival tips. Imagine the world outside is no longer safe. Where would you go? Survival isn't just about guts and glory, it's about making smart decisions, and the first one you'll need to make is where to shelter. In a survival scenario, your shelter is more than just a roof over your head. It's your fortress against the elements, your refuge from danger, and your sanctuary to rest and recuperate. So let's venture into the world of shelters, both natural and man-made, and understand how to pick the best one for your situation. Nature provides an array of options. Overhanging cliffs can shield you from the wind and rain, hollowed-out tree trunks can offer a snug hideaway, and a simple lean-to made of branches and leaves can provide a quick, though temporary refuge. But remember, natural shelters come with their own set of challenges. They may house other creatures, and their stability can be unpredictable. On the other hand, man-made shelters can be as rudimentary as a tent or tarpaulin setup, or as complex as a purpose-built bunker. Tents and tarps are portable and easy to set up, making them ideal for on-the-move situations. Bunkers, while requiring advanced planning and resources, offer the most robust protection against extreme conditions and potential threats. Choosing the right shelter depends on your environment, the resources at your disposal, and the nature of the threats you face. In a forest, a tree-based shelter might suffice. In a desert, digging a trench could be your best bet. In a frozen wasteland, an igloo or snow cave can provide essential insulation. Always consider your shelter's location carefully. You want to be hidden from potential threats, but also have access to resources like water and food. And importantly, ensure your shelter is sturdy and secure. A good shelter is your sanctuary, your castle, your fortress. It protects you from the elements, from predators, from the unknown. So when the world outside becomes a dangerous place, your shelter becomes your haven. It's the cocoon that allows you to survive, to plan, and to thrive in the face of adversity. Remember, your shelter is your first line of defense against the harsh realities of a post-apocalyptic world. Survival isn't just about grit and determination, it's also about having the right tools. The wilderness can be a harsh and unforgiving place, and having the right equipment and supplies can make all the difference between life and death. That's why it's essential to prepare a survival kit that's ready to go at a moment's notice. So what should your survival kit contain? Let's start with first aid supplies. In the wilderness, a simple cut or scrape can quickly become a serious problem if not properly treated. So, a basic first aid kit is a must. It should contain bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, medical tape, and a pair of scissors. A basic painkiller like aspirin and some antihistamines can also come in handy. Next, let's talk about food and water. You can survive for about 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. So, it's crucial to have a supply of both. Pack high-energy food bars, canned goods, and other non-perishable items. For water, take as much as you can carry, but also include a water purification device or tablets. These can turn potentially harmful water sources into safe drinking water. Now, on to the tools. A good survival knife is perhaps the most important tool you can have. It can be used for a multitude of tasks, from preparing food to making shelter. A multi-tool with its various functions can also be invaluable. A fire starter, whether it's a simple lighter or a magnesium stick, is another must-have. Fire can cook your food, purify your water, and keep you warm. Don't forget about navigation tools. A compass and a map of the area you're in can be lifesavers if you're lost. And lastly, pack a durable flashlight and extra batteries. Light can be a great comfort and a practical tool when the sun goes down. One more thing to remember is to pack your kit so that it's balanced and easy to carry. If it's too heavy or unwieldy, it can become a burden rather than a help. And always keep your kit in a place where you can grab it quickly. You never know when you might need it. In the end, survival is about being prepared. The wilderness is unpredictable, and having the right tools can give you the edge you need to come out on top. With the right equipment and supplies, you're already miles ahead in your survival journey. The world has changed, and so must you, but what skills do you need to survive? In a world turned upside down, the art of staying alive hinges on a few critical survival skills. The first, and perhaps the most primal of them all, is the ability to start a fire. In the absence of modern comforts, fire becomes your best friend. It provides warmth, wards off predators, and allows you to cook food and purify water. Mastering the art of fire starting, whether it's through a flint and steel, a magnifying glass, or even a battery and some wool, is essential. Next up is hunting and gathering. In a post-apocalyptic world, there are no grocery stores or fast food chains. It's back to basics. You are now the hunter, and the world is your supermarket. Learning how to track and trap animals, and knowing which plants are edible, can mean the difference between life and death. Water purification is another vital skill. Water is life, and in a survival situation, having a reliable source of clean water is paramount. Learning how to purify water using different methods such as boiling, distillation, or even using purification tablets is crucial. Remember, contaminated water can be more dangerous than no water at all. Lastly, navigation. In a world without GPS or Google Maps, knowing how to navigate using the sun, the stars, or a simple compass is a must. Understanding basic navigation principles can keep you from getting lost and help you find resources or other survivors. But remember, knowing these skills is one thing, practicing them is another. It's not enough to watch a few videos or read a book. You need to get your hands dirty. Practice these skills, perfect them. Because when the time comes, it's what you've practiced that will save your life. Master these skills, and you'll increase your chances of surviving in a post-apocalyptic world. Survival isn't about brute strength or being the fittest. So, what's the key to survival? As we've journeyed through this survival guide, we've discovered that the answer is far from a simple one. It's a combination of multiple factors, each equally crucial in their own right, which together form the foundation of survival when doomsday strikes. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned. When the world as we know it changes, the first thing you'll need is shelter. A refuge that shields you from the elements. Be it the scorching sun or the icy winds, a protection against potential threats. It's not about building a fortress, but about understanding your environment and using it to your advantage. Then we discussed the importance of equipment and supplies. This isn't about hoarding or having the latest gizmos, it's about the essentials, the items that will help you sustain and protect your life. Food, water, medical supplies, clothing suitable for all weather conditions, tools for hunting or fishing, and even a simple fire starter can make all the difference. Remember, it's not about quantity, but about quality and utility. But what are tools without the knowledge to use them? That brings us to the art of survival, the skills that could mean the difference between life and death. From knowing how to start a fire in the rain to understanding how to navigate without a compass, these skills are invaluable. Learning to recognize edible plants, how to conserve energy, or how to signal for help are as important as any tool in your survival kit. Now you might be thinking, that's a lot to take in. And you're right, but don't be overwhelmed. The beauty of survival is that it isn't a race. It's a constant journey of learning and preparation. Start small, learn one skill, gather one tool, understand one element of your environment at a time. The key to survival isn't in a single item or skill, but in the readiness to face whatever comes your way. It's about being prepared, mentally and physically. It's about understanding that survival isn't a single moment, but a continuous process, a way of life. So, start today. Start learning, start preparing. Because the more you know, the more you prepare, the better your chances of survival will be. Remember, the key to survival is preparedness. Start today, and you'll be ready for anything tomorrow.